The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 360, Nasdaq's up 160, S&P's up 46, gold up $7.30, trading at $17.52 an ounce. You get silver up 17 cents, $18.07 an ounce. Light sweet crude catching the bid once again, up $1.30, $33.25 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year flat at 138.27, the 30-year up 6 ticks at 178.26, and King Dollar's down 296 ticks, trading 99.07. The euro is at 109. The yen is out here trading at 107.5, and the British pound is at 122 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Good Wednesday morning. Just forget about that final hour of the trading day yesterday, man. We got it all back plus some.
There's no doubt, man. Bottom line is that you had a trade down 30 folks at the close, and guess what? We're up 48. You got to love it. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, outstanding show. You want to understand option strategies, futures, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't test-driven yet the Thinkorswim platform, so easy to do. You're sitting on the site right now. Hit that banner, bring it up. They'll allow you to trade with paper money with Kevin and his team every trading day. Kevin Hinks, what's going on? Okay.
During our show, Fast Market, do you hear me talk about how important that last hour of trading is?
Yes.
And it's where, many times a lot of people slide all their chips to the table, and this market shows what its fears are and what its worries are. And I think you saw that yesterday. A little, news blurb came out about Moderna and their COVID vaccine, and the market sold off. So, those are usually opportunities as long as it's not a serious story. And, you see what happened here. I mean, the market came right back after selling off really hard, frankly.
Yeah. Well, what was so interesting, and if you're in front of a machine at that particular point, it was at basically 10 minutes of 3 that the first little sell-off came. They basically sold that down 25 S&P points, and it bounced right back. And then that close just came in, man, which is pretty wild. It really is. And we're testing that area right now, but there's no doubt. Hey, what do you think about it's pretty wild between Home Depot and Lowe's, right? I mean, Lowe's come in with some numbers. And what's so intriguing about that, Kevin and folks, is that, Lowe's is like a higher end. Home Depot is like for construction, okay? Lowe's basically is all homeowners. And you can see that in the numbers, man. I mean, this is the first time that I've actually seen Lowe's with better numbers per, percentage than Home Depot, man. Pretty wild.
Right. Right, and remember, Marvin Ellison, Lowe's CEO, is a Home Depot alumni.
Oh, I forgot about
came
that.
To them
That's
through
right.
JCPenney.
That's
so
right.
He's finally getting his management team in there at Lowe's, and they're changing the culture around. So, we talk about Home Depot and Lowe's and that relationship a lot of times because clearly Home Depot is still the leader in that category, but Lowe's, without a doubt, Tom, is starting to close the gap on Home Depot and show up as a real competitor.
Yeah, pretty wild, man. I mean, I'm telling you. And of course, we're kicking in, this S&P. I mean, the Nasdaq is taking no prisoners, folks. The bottom line, the S&P is struggling, but this Nasdaq's taking no prisoners. I mean, we're bottom line, we're all the way back to, look at this. This is pretty amazing. We're back to February 7th, the highs of February 7th. There's only 7 trading days after that, folks, that you got to a higher high. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, I'll tell you what, there's an underlying theme to all the financial shows, all the financial news networks. I watch them all, they're on all the time in my life. And the overwhelming hesitancy and bearishness of the people on TV and commentators and money managers talking about this market, and the fact that no one will commit to a V-shaped recovery, and they're giving other number letters and U's and J's and Nikes, and they're trying to make some shape. Well, look at the charts, folks. It's a V, and it's a really sharp V.
It's a sharp V, man. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, right. So it's just amazing to me how many people have gotten this market and this recovery dead wrong. That doesn't mean they're bad at their jobs, but there's no history.
Yes.
They're all trying to put history on this move. And tell me when the economy has been manually shut down and manually restarted. Never.
No,
Never.
There's no doubt. I want to switch gears on you for a second, just in that same vein, because I know, you love trading the soybean meal. What's so intriguing is that, okay, so we had oil come off the bottom. Gold has been running. Silver's been running. Platinum has almost doubled in price, folks, since the March. So it's going to be intriguing what happens with these grains, man. I mean, because they're all laying down there. And if that's the case, maybe we do have some inflation kicking in, which I think we need. I mean, you get a little inflation. You don't need a lot, but you get a little inflation. That can soothe things out going forward because of the amount of bread that we've kicked out.
Yeah, beans are up 4 today. Corn is down about 3.5. When we're getting into this time of year and plantings, a lot of it has to do with weather. A lot of it has to do with acreage and size of crops.
Yes.
But you're right, Tom. All these grains are sitting on lows. And you got to go back a long way to see where these were. But all these grain markets need a little bit of demand. And you want to throw a real wrench into the problem, throw a little weather on top of that. And you'll have some fun markets in grains, and they have a long way that they can come, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it seems that, I don't trade the grains, but I heard Larry yesterday, he was saying on the air, he says, listen, man, it's very unusual that you don't go through a year that you get some kind of a weather scare. Whether it actually comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's intriguing, man. It really is. It's.
And remember, it's the Midwest in June, July, and August. Those are the key months in the Midwest. So all you got to do is look back to the summer of 2012 and look what can happen to grain markets in weather. In a weather market, and that's all you got to know about that. Believe me, that was a long summer, uncomfortable summer for a lot of us grain traders.
You got to love it, man. You got to love it. and of course, we're kicking into Memorial Day next Monday. I mean, yep. I guess this is going to be a big week for the market, man, because, this S&P is pushing. It's trying to get over this level. The NASDAQ, we know, already did it. And, we know that things will get a little bit slower on Friday, even though, bottom line is that a lot of people can't go somewhere. So it's going to be intriguing to see what kind of a push we do get into the end of the week.
Yeah, and what toll does this push take on the VIX? You've already got a sub-30 VIX. Looks like it wants to go sub-28 here, and sometime today if this rally keeps up. So
yeah,
VIX is very important.
Look
VIX
at that.
Is low, but still historically high.
No doubt. Listen, man, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to the program in 45 minutes, Kevin.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Stay
Dave.
right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow, 397. NASDAQ's up 178. S&P's up 51. We'll come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 371. We get the NASDAQ up 168. S&P's up 48. You know, Tom, when I was listening to your program yesterday, that Disney news, man, was something else.
Yeah, so their head, do you have the news in front of you? Because it was their head of streaming. Is that who it was that they lost to TikTok, right? It's
Kevin Mayer.
Yes, there we go.
What Kevin Mayer did, he was not only... Well, he was the head of streaming, but what he also was is that he's a deal maker. He's the guy that put together the whole Marvel cartoons. There's deal after deal after deal.
It was Marvel
building Disney out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Marvel, Lucas, and some other ones on there that would quite an accolade. And he was one of the guys in the top running to replace Iger. Right. He got not necessarily passed over, but he didn't win that job. That went to the guy who was the head of the parks, which there were a lot of people talking about at the time, right? Was that the right choice? But you know what? A lot of these guys, you can be brilliant in your own right and focus on the area that they put you in charge of, right? Maybe that guy could have been just as good. Either way, he didn't get the CEO job at Disney, man. And, he's saying that didn't play into things. And TikTok, if you don't have kids around you, you may not be familiar, man, but boy, oh boy, that is an app that is popular with whether it's kids.
It's the largest app in the world right now. The amount of streams, and that same story yesterday, the amount of streams that TikTok does is bigger than anyone, which is pretty amazing. And it's a private company. That's what's absolutely amazing. So the guy's job is going to basically. His first statement was that he's going to start accumulating more companies that are very large. That's what he was talking about, so pretty wild, man. I mean, it's it goes to show, this is what it goes to show, I think, is that I know you're really bullish on Disney, and it's too bad that you couldn't buy TikTok, because when I was reading that article, it's telling me those are the two biggest places that are really going to keep accelerating. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That the aspect of this deal with, TikTok evidently is small streams, right?
10, 20 seconds, whatever it is, right.
Right. Pretty wild, though. So some of the... Okay.
Before we jump around, right, so we got a great segment. We're going to have oil coming up at 10:30. We can take a look at that. But I was just going to mention, in light of you had, I think I had it up. I can't find it, but did you see the story? Apple paying Sony $70 million for the rights to the Tom Hanks film.
Oh,
so
really?
that kind of playing into things as well as.
Oh, look at this. Yeah.
So this was going to be a movie released on Father's Day. A lot changing right now.
Okay.
And what it came down to is that Sony decided that, you know, with every movie having to get pushed back, right, they weren't going to be able to find a good weekend to not be battling with some huge summer movie or something like that. Even when we do open back up, they made the movie for $50 million. They sold the streaming rights for 15 years, is what it is, to Apple for $70 million.
Wow.
Tom Hanks had to sign off on it himself, which would make sense. A big name star like
Sure.
that, making sure that they can't just take the movie he made and do whatever they want with it. And you know, Apple kind of shoring that up and trying to add to their content. But interesting, you have the somebody as famous. You don't get more famous than Tom Hanks
Right.
in Hollywood,
Right?
And he's cool with producing a movie that goes straight to streaming. And yeah, COVID plays into it, but this is the future, and I think you're seeing it here, man. You know, Disney had paid a lot of money, $75 million for the rights of Hamilton, right? Did you see that story a while back? They were originally going to launch that in theaters sometime late 2021. Now that coming direct to streaming for July 4th is their plan.
This
so
has accelerated quite a bit, hasn't it?
So all these companies just really up in the ante, and it was all going to happen anyway, but it's just happening at lightning speed, and you're seeing it with those results of Lowe's, Target. It's really interesting. All those companies just traded down hard on the open. But like the NASDAQ, we were just talking about it with Kevin, right? I was literally looking up numbers, doing math as you guys were chatting. And I looked at where we were at the end of 2019.
Yeah.
All right. You had a close out there of 87.72. We're sitting at 94.64. And you're up almost 9% for the year in the NASDAQ 100, and you're within about 3% of highs. That's 100 stocks, man, not just one. You know, Amazon's crushing it. But it makes sense. The 100 biggest technology stocks out there, arguably, of course you're going to benefit when the world is pushed to an online-only environment. But just remarkable, man. Up almost 10% for the year within, you know, a few digits of all-time highs. Those numbers were staggering, man. Same-store sales, 10 double digits, right? 10 plus.
Yeah.
And Target digital sales 141%, man.
Right.
Same-store sales in the store 0.9, digital 141%.
Yeah.
And
Online
it kept going.
is it. Yep. No doubt.
It kept going. 33% growth in February, 100% in March, and 282% in April was Target.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the market doing to it? Let me just see.
Yeah, I know, right? It actually
It's not good enough.
Barely,
it's down
right.
$2.
Yeah.
Oil.
It was
Let's go to oil. Let's go to oil.
Perfect. As we come into this segment, so we got crude numbers. I know we get the inventory number at 10:30. Quite a run for crude we've had. We're trading at 33.39. Last month we were at negative prices. This thing has just been a straight shot up. And do you know what we're going to get for the Whisperer number?
Yeah,
in terms of
I
what
am.
We're
Here, let me
for?
just. I got to put it in quick. I just look at this chart for a second. So right now you're up $1.77.
He's got 26 seconds, folks.
You're over the highs. Okay, so WHIS. They're looking for a build of.
Nope. Slide down. You're on distance.
Thanks. Okay.
You got 10 seconds. Oh, now you're on Cushing. Nope. Okay. Well, it's the one on 22.
22.
You're there. That's all right. That's what they're looking for. It's all over the place.
So they're looking for Whisper numbers a minus 609. The survey numbers a plus build of 2.150.
Yeah. Interesting, right? Last week we actually had a decline. Correct?
Yes. Yeah. And that's what was a mind blower, actually. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. The market was looking for a build of like 4 million barrels or something, and we got a decline in the surplus of the inventory numbers. And so the Whisper, they're saying, hey, guess what? Everyone's turned off the spigots, man. No one's pumping oil when we had it at negative. Let alone we had this contract at $6.50. You know,
I know.
Last contract, June got all the press, going to negative $37. But what people forget is that this contract was flirting with $6 April 21st, man. Like that was going to be the end there too. So,
yeah, you got pretty wild.
Do you have that one down there? No? Maybe
It doesn't show me that. It's showing 1729.
That could have been the last one.
Oh, you know what I have, though? No, I'm all the way up to July. I went up to July.
Okay.
That's what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, so the June one.
What has happened is that people are trading the July, and normally they would be trading the June. There's no doubt. Yeah. So you can see how this is working. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that baby. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah,
so
$6.50. Yep.
Exactly. Then we get those numbers at 10:30, man. We'll see. Who's pumping oil, who's using oil. I like those cheap gas tank gas prices, even though I'm not driving much.
Seriously.
It's still nice. Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow's up 377. Nasdaq's up 162. S&P's up 47. Is the market going to hold, folks? Is the S&P going to be able to make it through? The bulls and bears are fighting a big time up here. Come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Okay, so what do we got here? Gasoline inventories rose 2.8 million. Distilled rose 3.8. Crude
I see it right
fell.
at the top. You got it. A decline of almost 5 billion barrels, man.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a monster.
They had the median analyst estimate up there as a rise of 2.15. The whisper number had come down a lot, so maybe call it flat, right? But man, oh man, that number coming in, a decline of 5 million barrels. And jumping back to the crude contract, we pretty muted response actually on that number, man.
Okay.
Crude had traded all the way to 33.72 on the 10 a.m. bar, and we're backing off a bit actually on that number at 33.24 right now in the price of crude. Remarkable.
That really is, man. Holy.
Yeah, I'm like double checking my math. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the bars. I'm saying, wait a second, why didn't it just make a high? Is that high putting it on a 5-minute bar? Yeah, the high made it about 10.10, and you actually trade a bit lower on that number. Maybe the risk side of that trade was that everybody was going to turn off the spigots, and you might see a decline of like 10 million barrels. I don't know. How else does crude trade lower when you get a 5 million barrel draw when the market was looking for positive to nothing action?
It is. You know, what's amazing too, folks, is that when you look back, you know, I'm going back, you know, first 20 years and then basically 50 years. We were supposed to run out of oil twice in my lifetime already, like in a big way. The first was the Arab embargo. That was 67 or 70. That was a monster. That's when there's lines everywhere. And then at the beginning of like 2000, it was peak oil. It was like going to be the end of the world, man. It's so weird, man, that there's so much of it. Not even just, you know, I mean, if we looked at the population of 2000 in the world and then 2020 today, I'm sure the population is higher, yet the prices are lower. So pretty wild.
And the exponential growth of everything, but technology, right? Technology being used to find different kinds of oil in different places in the globe, whether it's in the sands, whether it's deep in the ocean when we really need it, when prices are high. It's a crazy market, man. And when you can't even get a pop in the price, when you get a draw of 5 million barrels, it's tough to make sense of it, man. Beware. It's been quite a trend up, and it seems so strong right now. And just we're still trading at $33 for a 42-gallon barrel of crude oil that then you get to refine into lots of sellable products. Whether it's, you know, you get gasoline out of there, you get jet fuel, you get, it's just a remarkable price still at $33 for what you get in a 42-gallon barrel of crude oil.
No doubt. So Spotify, right?
Yeah.
You see this deal, you know, so Spotify folks yesterday made a deal with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, and I got the article up as you...
Yeah, and this is like, if you want to see a market cap, now, it had in the article that it didn't get quite clear like what Rogan was getting, meaning it looks like over 100 million, right? But it didn't
That's what they speculate, yeah.
It didn't say how long. But as of yesterday, folks, never mind today, as of yesterday, that put $2.4 billion into Spotify's market cap, man. This is like the Howard Stern deal at Sirius Satellite years ago. I mean, I remember the day that happened.
I agree, totally. Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty intense, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of these companies, right? It makes me think almost, because I was thinking about it yesterday. Walmart came out with their numbers yesterday. One of the things they talk about is that Jet.com, they're going to kind of be winding that down, even though they've incorporated all the technology, and that's what's driven their online growth. The day that they purchased Jet.com, I think, for $3-point-something billion, their market cap went up far exceeding that amount. Which is always interesting when those types of plays make sense.
It is, because you get it for nothing. When
Amazon purchased Whole Foods for, I forget what it was, same exact thing. Amazon skyrocketed. They're in the business. They have a premium brand, and the market cap far exceeded what happened there.
Right.
Spotify, this, podcasting, we have all of our TFNN shows on podcast. They're all available, folks, whatever you use, whether it's the iPod, Apple podcast app, whether you use something on Android. They're all available. Podcasting becoming a huge business. Spotify really getting into solidifying some of the biggest names out here. And you don't get to look at the financials of the podcasting business very often to see how much money is actually in them.
Yeah.
And it's always cool when you see somebody like Joe Rogan, man, potentially $100 million. I mean, how about the podcast he had Elon on there when he was smoking the blunt?
Oh, yeah, right. And I didn't see that when I saw the one clip, but I saw the last one.
I saw the clip myself.
I saw the last one that he did with Elon. That was like a 2-hour one. It was. I like how Rogan asks questions. Actually, he's got a cool style.
He's been like in the top 1 or 2 podcasts on the Apple rankings. I think he was number 2 as of this going on. He's consistently right up there with literally the number 1 most downloaded podcast out there. So,
and when you look at it, it's a watch. I get the numbers up here. Spotify. I mean, they're not making money. money, man, which is even more wild, okay? Yeah. They're losing 84 cents a share. Next year now they expect to make 3 cents, you know, so, but look at the growth numbers. The growth numbers, folks, let's say 30% across the board. 29% in the UK, no, 28 in the UK, 29 United States, other countries 34. For some reason, Luxembourg is in there with 58. That's where they must. I think that's where their headquarters is. Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to stay on this for a moment. All right, we got 2 or 3 minutes left in this segment because what I just listened to in terms of podcasting, the business of podcasting, a cool story out here. I don't think I'm not logged in right now to the Times, but it has to do with Barstool Sports and one of their podcasts called Call Her Daddy. Have you heard of this at all?
Bessie was telling me this yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty cool. So if you're familiar with Barstool Sports, huge brand out there. This one of their podcasts, a huge podcast, ranking in somewhere in the top echelons, right? So when they came into Barstool Sports, you have these 2 young women talking about their dating life. You have Alex and Sophia in New York, of all things, right? So that reverberating into women and men, the Barstool brand promoting it. And when they signed with them, you know, you're talking about intellectual property, right? Who owns the brand? Who owns this? Who owns that? And so the thing blows up. Long story short, what ends up happening is that they want more money a year into their deal, a year and a half into their deal. One of them starts dating an HBO executive. Okay. The HBO executive pits them against it. They want out of their contract. The numbers, though, are staggering. The 2 of them each made at least about $500,000 on their own. They were going to renegotiate, and the final offer ended up being $500,000 each, plus 50% of the merchandise. Merchandise is one of the huge areas. You have advertising, but when you become a huge podcast, you know, you could just drive a brand. Okay. And they were going to be able to get 50% of that. Nonetheless, you now have HBO getting dragged into it because one of their executives is in this and HBO has no play in this at all, so they can't be happy at that. Barstool out there did a big podcast, but just the amount of money that is available that you don't even see to know these podcasters. Now, this is, again, a huge brand, but they were going to be making millions themselves for sure with the deal, but they're feuding themselves now over how much to get, and they were only a year and a half into their contract on those types of deals, man. So just interesting to see this feud play out, especially with Barstool, which always makes headlines good or not good, as they do.
No doubt. And, you know, I didn't read the whole story, but that would have to do with the production, you know, because my understanding is that the guy that really started it, he grabbed these. He's seen these girls, knew they were good, produced the deal, right? So that's what the fight is about, of course. So who really owns it, you know? Who basically...
They've been doing it for a year and a half on Barstool, which promoted them tremendously. They signed contracts. Right. You know, that's a tough one. We'll see what happens.
Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back, folks. We have the Dow. Dow's up 390, Nasdaq's up 173, S&Ps are up 51. We'll come right back.
Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD, Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 400, Nasdaq's up 177, S&Ps are up 53. Let's go over to IMM's, the Teddy Kegstad, as we do every Wednesday at 40 past the hour. And you can reach Teddy every trading day, folks, at forex-trading-unlock.com. That's forex-trading-unlock.com. Teddy Kegstad, we got some action.
Oh, we do. You know, the last couple of weeks, every time I come on the air, I'm like, sorry, guys, I don't really have much for you, but today I got a couple of things for you.
I bet you do, man. Let's talk about it. What do we got?
Okay. Well, let's see. Do you want to start with the yen or you want to start with the British pound?
Yen sounds
we'll start
great,
with
man.
the yen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the yen has been in a kind of a grinding lower trade for the past month and a half, not really making any real major breaks, but just kind of grinding lower. And then it started to try and get a little bit of a lift the past couple sessions, but going into today, the dollar index kind of took a little turn a couple of days ago, and it wasn't affecting the yen. Now it seems to be affecting the yen, where it's going back towards hitting support again. And I think that's kind of a big deal because remember how we've been talking about how the lesser currencies, they have been getting beaten by the dollar.
Yes.
Well, in the past 2 weeks, we've had the Turkish lira, which has come off its high for its first decent correction in literally, basically, almost 8-9 months. Okay, so that's a big deal. That means that the dollar really has kind of pushed the brink with that currency.
Okay.
And then we have the Mexican peso, which we've been talking about for a while, how it's been kind of going sideways. And we had a head and shoulders formation that just was kind of weak. It kind of touched it off, but it wasn't really starting to sell off in that market. And now it seems like the dollar is starting to really lose its strength versus the Mexican peso. So with the weak currencies where they're still pushing the correction with the dollar, now we have where the major currencies, remember we've been talking how sideways they are, the Swiss franc, it's going nowhere. The pound had a head and shoulders formation too that it finally leaked out of last week, but then we had on Monday, we had a big reversal of fortune. We had the pound and the euro that spiked and started to trend higher against the dollar. So I think that this is a big inflection point where the dollar index, how we've been kind of going sideways for 2 months trying to fit the upper and lower parameters of the trading range.
Yes.
Now we have a correction where I think that we're kind of coming to that frictional moment now where we should see, if we're going to have a double dip and it's funny, you were talking about oil, before I came on.
Yes.
And you made the comment about in the 70s and the 80s how, I remember as a little boy being told in the 70s that by the year 2000 there'd be no oil, not a drop on the planet.
Totally, man.
You know what I mean? And I remember waiting in a line with my dad in an old Cadillac, in 1974, 75, a big boat for an hour just to go fill up gas.
Totally.
Totally. So now think about this. all these people who prognosticate these big things, especially when it comes to commodities, they've gotten it wrong in my lifetime every decade, especially for major situations. Like when we had the oil embargoes, we had, the terrorist things with Iran back in the late 70s and blah, blah, blah. Well, now we live in a world, remember in 2008 when we had the Great Recession, if you will, silver was trading at $8 an ounce back in October of 2008. 3 years later, in April of 2011, it was trading at $48 an ounce. Yep. Okay. Now, we started to see a little rally in silver, but not much. It's at $17 an ounce. Well, 17 has been kind of the upper parameter for that for years now. Yes. So, and now I think we're going to truly see what's going to go on. Remember we talked about the CRB index a couple weeks back about where's that going to move? And I think that we're finally going to see over the next couple weeks whether or not, I don't think the dollar can hold its range anymore. Interest rates, everyone's talking about the yield curve and how it's predicting a potential recession. Are you out of your mind? I've been trading treasury bonds for 30 years. This has never happened like it's happened right now. There is no way you can get a read on the yield curve for where we're going. It's impossible. How can you do that when we have central banks around the world that are no longer working in cohesion together? Even our own Fed, they're like, how long can they continue to buy this? We're looking at the short terms and the long terms, like how the yield is not acting like it normally does, and they're screaming recession, recession. Well, it's easy to scream recession when they put a stop to the economy three months ago. So, and we're totally in uncharted territory. Oh yeah. And I think that that's what we're going to see is that, especially like if silver continues to rally. I mean, you're a gold guy and a yen guy. The gold is hanging around 17 something, and that's had the big rally. Like gold got the run up, silver didn't. Thanks. And the reason I mentioned silver is like, how many people do you know over the years that I remember I have friends of mine, they don't put money in the markets, but they own a couple silver bars and silver coins and stuff like that. Right. Well, there's no place that you can sell that right now. The people who with the physicals, they can't sell that, and that's why it's staying at around $17 an ounce. What happens over the next couple weeks as people are coming? You can now all of a sudden pawn shops are going to be open, jewelry stores are going to be open. People with silver coins that are out of money are going to start to either cash it in or they're going to start buying more. So, and this is going to be where I think we're going to find out where market direction is going to go as we come out in line, as these commodities start to drive things, especially the dollar.
And you know what I love? What you just said. I love the aspect that when we talk. Excuse me, folks. When we talk futures versus the actual commodities, it's so cool, folks, because when you are dealing with the physical commodity, it's totally different, because when the premium's through the roof, you can look at silver at $17.96, but what can you really buy it for? That's what's always cool, right? Is it $21? Right? What is the spread there? And for platinum, folks, finally took off. Platinum just went from $566 to $948 in a month and a half. Which that is saying quite a bit. Let's get back to the dollar for a second, though. Mm-hmm. It's so intriguing what you're saying, because the aspect, I've been watching the rand, the South African rand, because of the gold stocks we have down there, right? And that's getting stronger too. So it's so intriguing that it's actually going into the majors, and I wonder what that really means fundamentally. Do you know what I'm saying? I guess it would mean that the dollar really is looking to crack. Right?
I think that dollar weakness is going to start to really come into play now. Yeah. We've established this range, and I think the range is good for certain currencies versus the dollar. Like the euro right now, it's got a nice little rally over the past couple days. I don't think that it's necessarily meaning that there's euro strength that's going to make that go up against the dollar. I think it's the dollar weakness. I think it's that now that as we come out of these fears, and the whole world is looking at our economy being like, we don't know what the world's going to happen. We know we're got an election year in the U.S., and they're like, are we going to have a V-shaped recovery? Are we going to have a W-shaped recovery? Or are these prognosticators that have always been telling us what's going to happen in the future, are they right that we're going to go into a depression? We're going to have, on all kinds of other things. Hopefully that's not the case. I mean, I'm not right. That's not where my take is here. But if rationality holds in this world, and right now we're in irrational times, right? Yeah, exactly. Good luck with that. So that's why I love trading options right now, because that's where where the action is. But once we start to have stability, which we will have more and more clarity. Remember, Remember 3 months ago, 4 months ago, most people didn't know what coronavirus was, let alone, how this is going to go. And now as we're starting to get data, the curve, it's not about the curve anymore. It's about the fact that information is less skewed. Now we're starting to actually get decent information to gauge on, and I think that's when we'll start to see some more stability. But dollar weakness, I think, is definitely coming into play.
Beautiful thing. Listen, man, you have a great week. Oh, have a great Memorial Day.
You too.
Look forward to speaking to next Wednesday, Teddy.
Absolutely. You guys have a safe weekend. Thanks, care.
Man. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Dow's up 400, Nasdaq's up 172, S&P's up 51. We'll come right back, folks.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 383. You get the Nasdaq up 168. S&Ps are up 48. And tomorrow, folks, we have our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento, up. This is going to be an outstanding event. Larry is going to be trading live. He's going to teach you the patterns that he trades every trading day. And not only just teach you, folks, he's going to be firing off those trades while he is doing it. Real easy to get into this workshop. This workshop is going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, go to 12, and then go 1 to 4. Bottom line, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go right under featured content. You're going to see our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento. And, of course, he not only, bottom line, has a lot of different patterns that he trades off of. He has an outstanding newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7, that you get along with this workshop. So this could be quite a workshop, Tom.
I'm pretty excited myself, man. We'll be doing our shows, of course. We'll have somebody filling in for Larry tomorrow morning, but I'm going to be in there when I can, watching him trade live, as Larry put it, looking over his shoulder as he trades live, see how he organizes the day. And these are Larry's words, folks, that he was talking about what he's going to be doing, the times he's most likely to generate a signal, what information he's looking at, what information he's ignoring, then looking at whether it's the Forex pairs he has in there, right? Euro, dollar, pound, yen, the indices, the Dow, the E-mini, S&P, crude, gold.
Huge.
T-bonds, wheat, soybeans, whatever's moving, he's going to be looking at.
And what happens, folks, which is really cool, you're going to see the setup. So what happens is that it's not that it just hits it and he does it. You're going to see the setup prior to it. These patterns, he knows what the number is before it gets there. So if it gets there, the trade goes up. If it doesn't get there, you just don't do the trade, which is really cool.
And it's all going to be archived, so if you can't hit all 6 hours, you can't hit all 7 hours, you can go back and watch any part you missed. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, check it out on the front page.
Gotta love it. Stay right there, folks. You can think of some coming up next. Then I'm Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.